Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Ultimate Apocalypse casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 vs 1 on Emerald River. Playing over the side as the Space Marines, we've got Tigershark. Opposing the side as the Tau Empire, we've got Catgirl. Catgirl will be opening with a couple of stealth suit teams, a Tau barracks and a plasma generator. Whereas Tigershark is going to go for a couple of scouts, servitor, chapel barracks, and a plasma generator. So exciting times indeed, boys and girls, as we speak. Well, while I'm currently recording this game, I've currently got Space Marine 2 downloading. It's about 1 hour away from completion, so I'm chomping at the bit to get to that. And I thought, well, while I'm waiting, why not get some work done? Why not get a cheeky little Ultimate Apocalypse in there? So, I mean, I don't know whether after this I'm going to be recording a Space Marine 2 game, or whether I'm just going to spend the evening playing it and having fun, and then maybe doing some multiplayer or some story later on. Who knows, really, in this exciting world of Warhammer, but at the moment, we're going to see some breaches and a XV-22 commander from Catgirl. A known weeb is Catgirl. She does love a little bit of the animans, the animes, the animatronics, whatever you like to call them. And these breaches all armed with shotguns, so able to get into relatively close combat and shoot people down. And we're going to see some Assault Marines, which is a very brave choice, as, I mean, Catgirl loves her breaches. So those Assault Marines will jump on in, and the shotgun lads, or lasses, or whatever kind of gender these people are, will be blasting them back. Which, I mean, we'll see. Gonna pop down. I mean, there's plenty of cover for them to jump over. Also can avoid this green Mountain Dew negative cover. Tau Aircast builders looking to build some stuff as the stealth suits stealthily maneuver around and capturing all their bits and bobs. On the left hand side, there we go. First engagement, both scouts being killed in, and just look at the size difference. As I do believe, have you gone for Lamenters? Hold on, I know I'm missing in the action. You have gone for Lamenters. A heart on the chessboard. Now, I know that I've said in the past that the Ultramarines are my favourite Space Marine chapter, but I don't know, I've got, it's a very close second between the Lamenters. If there was more Lamenter stuff in games and in lore, I mean, there is plenty of Lamenter stuff, but, you know, I mean, I do quite like the idea of just Space Marines who aren't quite vibing with the whole universe. But, you know, the closest thing to good guys we're going to get. Tau Commander shoots down one of these dudes as Tau Breachers attempt to maneuver away from these Assault Marines. Not quite seeming to knock them over though, so actually maybe all the jive that I've been giving the Assault Marines against the Breachers might not be actually factual, which is just the standard way of going for things in these casts. Gonna shim and shake over here. I've seen a listing post, but look at the piece. Oh, no, man. There goes the aggressive nature of them. For a second, I thought they were just going to see if they could coexist peacefully with the Tau, but there's no coexistence in the grim darkness of the far future. Tau Commander getting some serious damage in there as the Assault Marines attempt to chase around the breaches. Now got an upgraded listing post. All the breach really needs to do now is just run around this listing post, and the Assault Marines will eventually die. But no. All that dishonourable conduct from the breaches here. And while this is going on, really, the Assault Marines can be doing some capping, or at least the scouts, wherever they've gone, the replacement scouts, just ignoring their dead comrades. Very nice stuff. To be honest, as a Lamenter scout, they're probably used to seeing dead comrades littering the battlefield. Not going to try and go for the strategic point, although I suppose Tigershark is probably assuming that the Tau are on their way over. They're just going to stand, minding their own business. Now got the brother captain, who I don't know if he's going to fare too well against the Tau commander. Poor scouts, oh dear. They've not learned from their comrades. But almost running past him. If he just lied down and pretended to be dead, that might have been a thing, but that didn't work for him. Scouts over here. Oh, we've got the critical location being captured by... Is that a communist star? By gum. I suppose Tau are a bit greater good and all that. The captain joining the Assault Marines. A little bit of a firework display going on there from the breaches. Tau Commander getting an elbow to the face. The captain has got no interest in him. He's keen on slicing up these breaches. And so far, very minimum fighting forces from both sides here. All the Fire Warriors now out, which will be prime targets for the Assault Marines. The brother captain will quickly dispatch that Tau Commander if he stays within close combat. Got to be mindful of these breaches. Ideally, you want one Assault Scout or one Assault Marine squad, good lord, I'm getting this confused with Blood Angels, chasing after one squad and then the other one chasing after the breaches. Allow for this epic duel to go down. But, oh dear, even against the Tower Commander, a Lamenter's brother captain just can't quite find his luck. Very unfortunate. Tower Commander managing to narrowly avoid death. The number of the Assault Marines are increasing there. The blood of Sanguinius pumping through their veins. Breaches go down to 2 members. The Fire Warriors probably want to reposition somewhere else. What's the tech level at the moment? We are seeing a Path to Enlightenment tier 2, or tier 1/2 even, on the way. Tigershark already there. Got economies 127 and 30, compared to 108 and 30. Tigershark squeaking out a blue economy advantage here. Tower Commander also brown bread. He fades into the floor. Plenty of grenades going off on those Fire Warriors there. Only knocks them down temporarily there. Also, I do quite like how the Breaches are doing their best to avoid getting their feet wet. Definitely don't want some fizzy Mountain Dew in those boots of yours. If they are even wearing boots, but I'm not going to zoom into some towel feet, because I know some of you disgusting weebs in the comments will make some comments. And I don't need that. Not on this Christian Minecraft channel. That's not what we do here, boys and girls. We keep it clean, we keep it mean, we keep it far, far from the obscene. We now have the Pathfinders on the way out, increasing the line of sight for everyone. Able to get their rail rifles once they get into tier 1/2. Also, Fire Warriors, I do believe, if you're wondering why the guns look a little bit short, because they need to get their pulse rifles as an upgrade later on. At the moment, they're just down with like a little bit of a stubby kind of gun. Which was that gun? I mean, I've done. Pardon me, but like, if any of you have played the Fire Warrior first-person shooter game from a bajillion million years ago, I can't remember if that was like your secondary weapon or whether that was. I'm getting it confused with a different game. It's very familiar to one of the weapons that you can get. Or am I getting it confused with Halo? Maybe there's one of those alien weapons that look quite similar. I don't know. When you get to my age, things kind of all just, your memories kind of just meld into one kind of thing. And yeah, not a bad idea. Just send the Hellfire Dreadnought on over to blast apart this listing post. Has been upgraded, and the Tau don't currently have listing post on here, so if you want to attack the economy, this is a prime place to do it. Catgirl confirming her age here, as the Assault Marines go for a double-pronged attack. So splitting the Tau in 2 different places. Currently no anti-vehicle stuff going for them at the moment. Will that rail rifle do much? No, not really. Which is also coming in. Hellfire Dreadnought seems to be attacking both targets here. One missile towards the listing post. Others to these guys, but we do have a broadside battlesuit which will certainly take care of him. Also got that marked target acquired from the Pathfinders. Dreadnought probably needs to walk away from this. He's not going to. Even in death, he still serves. He might be able to get this listing post. Actually, I don't know. Not quite. That's all right there. I mean, his sarcophagi is still intact, so I don't know. Just kind of like refusing a plug. Just take it out and replace it with something else. Sure, that's how dreadnoughts work. Well, we now have a guidance beacon, so drop things incoming for the Tau. Machine cutters yet to pop out more stuff, but devastators are. Oh no, you've got one regular dreadnought, which is an interesting choice. Can't imagine. I mean, I can see it if it was being drop podded in, but a slow walk over to the tower firing lines. I don't think he'll have a grand old time. Tigershark attempting to capture that strategic point, but not being able to succeed in his endeavour. Broadside battlesuit going to chill out over here with plenty of snare traps in place and over by everyone. The Assault Marines will struggle. Got some Devastator Marines not been upgraded with any weaponry at the moment. To be fair, the broadside battlesuit is elite heavy infantry. But moving into that negative cover, very brave from the Lamenters here. See that incoming damage. It's only one singular model, so even though it's got quite powerful armour, it's not going to stand up too well to some concentrated fire. Punchy Dreadnought takes down the listing post. And the Breachers, well, I mean, yeah, fair enough, they've got shotguns, but can't shotgun a Dreadnought. Rule number 1 of Dreadnoughts. Breachers have gone down. Fire Warriors yet to go for their pulse rifles. I imagine Catgirl, she's just saving up her economy and getting some other bits and bobs instead. Barracuda on the way. As we've said many times on the channel before, the less you spend in Tier 1, the more economy you have to invest in more substantial things. A land speed up with a multi-melter. Will take a while to break for this thermal plasma generator, but no responses to stop, to, you know, send him away. Should be alright. Barracuda there, able to come on over and defend things relatively quickly. Tower Commander, do you have your rocket bits on yet? No, you don't. But doing a fair whack of damage to the land speeder. So he'll run away, barely doing a lick of damage to that thermal plasma generator. We've got the Barracuda. Oh, oh no, you're not zoomed in. You're just quite high. Never mind me. A bit of a perspective play for you there. Listing first being shot quite quickly. Devastator Marines with their multi-melter. Lot shorter range. But I ideally want to see a twin-linked las cannon on that, but that's not available until Tier 2/3. Assault Marines charge on in. We do have a shield drone and a marker drone, allowing them to do that marker-like ability on targets while also reducing the incoming damage. Broadside Battlesuit and Barracudas taking care of those Assault Marines lickety-split. Although the Devastators over yonder have managed to hold their own. And for a second I thought that multi-metal was reaching over there. Barracuda not quite able to take down that listing post, but got plenty more where they came from. Got a Fusion Blaster on the Tower Commander. So that'll help him take on any buildings and vehicles he sees fit. What was that? Hold on, how far are we behind this? That might have been earlier on when we was fighting the Land Speeder Tempest over here. Plasma accelerators as well, that's fun. I do wish that this was a little bit more... I know that in Ultimate Apocalypse, in the later stages of the game, especially in the mid to late game, all this just becomes constantly filled up with stuff as experienced players' economies are ramping up. It's quite a useful thing to have. Assault Marines charging on in, but leaving everyone behind in the dust. Look at the speed on these boys there. They're not slowing down. Surrounding that Tower Commander. He's got the armor to at least hold off for a little bit. Jumping on the back lines. Trying to avoid those Assault Marines. Guys, I've been slowing down a little bit by some snare traps, I do believe. Have you? Not sure, but you are glowing blue. Probably not all that pleasant from the perspective of a member of the Astartes. Another listing post going to be knocked down. One over here has been replaced there. Broadside battlesuits keeping on the back lines. Never quite like the broadside battlesuits. I mean, don't get me wrong, they are cool as all heck in concept. You stamp the feet down, they become these like slightly more mobile turrets. But they're effectively just turrets, aren't they? I mean, when they're on the move, they're a bit pants. And, you know, when they're not on the move, they tend to get outflanked and shot. So it's quite hard to use them. Which is strange because the heavy weapons teams for the Imperial Guard just feel a lot more effective. But maybe that's just my human bias showing here. Barracuda slow but surely working its way through the listing first. Could really do the Stalker A8. There we go. Barracuda doing its job for it. Just aggroing it ever so slightly. Dreadnought over here has been taken down. Poor old soul. As the fight for this strategic point continues. Current economy is 192 and 119 compared to 238 and 133. Plenty of stuff going on. We are seeing that Tigershark is spreading out the load of his plasma generators, making sure that... I mean, it will take him a while to tech up now, but he's getting more economy from his listing posts. The Chapel Barracks and also soon to be the Orbital Relay will get an increased amount of... or should I say a decreased amount of production time. Wonderful positioning from Catgirl here. Making sure that she's using those snare traps and the marker light drones and all that stuff to maximise every single plasma gun here, or pulse rifle, or whatever Tower used for ammo. Teams, the tiers of weebs. Comes some bloofers from the Tower Commander. Not sure what was going on for those missiles there, but just rubbing against the cankles of the Hellfire Dreadnought. quite defense being put up over here. The Tau kind of want to focus all their attentions on this side, but their numbers just aren't quite adding up. With every assault that the Space Marines bring to bear, they bring more of their number, and the Tau don't seem to be increasing in size. Assault Marines getting around the backside of the broadside battlesuit, takes them down with very little fuss. All the builders here are dead. I've got a brother captain armed with a jumpy bit, be able to keep on top of that Tower commander. Maybe even a little bit of revenge from earlier on. So Phoebe, what's your plan? You've gone for triple Cadre headquarters, so super economy on the way for her. If she can save her soul, as the Lamenters are basically right outside her door. The Tower are spread out, and they... Alright, yep, they've got a Mako Titan. Big old beast. Able to resist a lot of incoming damage. And just basically zap to hell anything nearby, so... Tigershark currently doesn't have an answer for this little War Walker here. This poor Vanguard veteran attempting to get out of blast radius. Been shot by anything and everything. Also got some broadside Shaspear elites, which are more mobile, question mark, he says. I don't know, either way, they're anti-Titan and superstructure. So any vehicles that the Lamenters bring to bear will die pretty quickly. Do have got plenty of stuff in the orbital relay there. Tigershark known for his love of the steel range stratagem. And who could blame him, really? There's nothing more satisfying than just throwing dreadnoughts at things until they die. More missiles coming in from the Tau commander. Every time I see that big blue symbol, I keep on thinking that there's an ethereal nearby. Quite impressive that the Assault Marines are still alive. I think there's only one squad left, but... you know, that's pretty good. The Vanguard veterans, the close combat orientated versions of them, as opposed to Stern Guard veterans. Price battlesuits with the little shield to resist incoming range damage. So look at that Stalker AA over here. Ah, it's just a Mexican standoff. They're just kind of just staring at each other saying, yeah, I dare you to make a move. You can't fight me.
What are your needs? The battlefield awaits.
Devastator Marines poking and prodding at the Fire Warriors. It's been a very static fight so far. Not because the Space Marines want it. I've been trying to be mobile with their Assault Marines, but Fire Warriors and just general Tau nonsense keeping them back. Barracuda taking some shots at the incoming brother captain. Price battlesuits, though, not being supported here. Stern Guard veterans with their... oh, you're not armed with any super weapons at the moment, although you do all come out with power weapons. Yeah, power axes. That's what you come out with. Chase these guys backwards. Also been slowed down by the looks of things with each subsequent strike. Devastator's just not giving up any territory. At this stage of the game, the Space Marines will have, as you can tell by the little glowy things on their shoulder pads, a massively increased health and armor. So, I mean, and that's why I love Marines in this current patch of Ultimate Apocalypse. Just really make them feel super beefy. You can't look at a small group of Space Marines and say, yeah, they'll fall pretty quickly. Stick an apothecary with them, and then they'll just run around like the transhumans that they are. One squad of Christ battlesuit struggling. We also have a Whirlwind in the far-flung sides. Got a cheeky little blooming Devastator Marine just saying hello to their fellow comrades. High-fiving each other in the face, and that's an ethereal with a big blue fet. Slow expansive blue. Significant amount of damage. But some of them are in... are you in heavy cover? No, you all. I thought that little critter there was heavy cover, but not quite. Devastator's now finally been pushed off. But this strategic point, this is the mountain that Catgirl has to climb. If she can catch it, well, she just, you know, she gets a well done star on her homework assignment just for it. Comes the Mako Titan. Did you go away somewhere? Has my poor map awareness not been good? Oh well, here he comes, quite a speedy boy as well, isn't he? This guy does not skip elbow day at the gym. And apparently he's just... What's your plan? Well, let me hashtag you so I can follow your journey. What's the situation here, Mako Titan? You've just decided, right, I'm going to ignore the front lines. And I mean, the Space Marines are going to try and push in, but I don't think they've got the power to really do much, so they've now got a Titan inside their base. Thankfully, a Chaplain to attempt to smack him upside the head. The Space Marines off in the distance, see what they can do. What they can do is, they'll be flanked by a whole bunch of Christ battlesuits, although jumping in the river. Got flamers for AoE damage. And the breaking morale on these devastated Marines. Got plasma guns from the Predator Executioner. These Christ battlesuits, prime targets for such weaponry. Also drop podding in a heavy bottle turret just for good measure. So the Mako Titan looks like it's been taken down by that Chaplain. I assume so, unless you've got... It hasn't teleported back home anywhere, has it? I'm not being daft, am I? I mean, maybe I am being daft, but... Good stuff, well done, Chaplain. Saving the day. One bonk at a time, can you believe it? I mean, I assume that there was probably something else assisting him. Maybe the AA Stalker or maybe some other anti-vehicle stuff. But my headcanon is that Chaplain single-handedly took out the Mako Titan on his own. Climbed on top of his noggin. Gave him an old boggin. That's the way that Chaplains work. Some battlesuits live to fight another day. As the last of the Assault Marines, I do believe, have now sprang off their mortal coil. Pretty decent from the perspective of the Tau. Economy is 241 and 284 with a decent amount of flirt compared to 301 and 181. So if you're unfamiliar with Ultimate Apocalypse in the late game economies, having a big flirt isn't necessarily a bad thing. There's only so many things that you can spend things on at any given time. And a big flirt always means that you can take up even further or rebuild lost troops swiftly. It's not necessarily a terrible thing if you see a good stack of cash floating around. It's one ethereal. It's a brave lad taking a whole bunch of fire to the face. Skyrim missile gunship repositioning. Some bloofers and... Where do you keep on coming from? Are you just summoned in by the ethereal? Oh well, it doesn't matter, but... Coming out thick and fast of these Titans. Space Marines just charging in. Right on top of this Gladiator Command Squad. No, that was no big. Just cancelling it at last moment, keeping them on their toes by the looks of things. Got a tower over here doing some defensive stuff. They have killed the listing post of the Lamenters over here. But tit for tat. Tau losing a couple of listing posts out over on this side. Only one more to go for to basically hem the Tau in. What's your economic status at the moment? He's still doing quite alright for economy. 209 is not... Oh, you're a fake. Ah, you bamboozled me, you rascal. Was that one over here then fake? Ooh, maybe. Right, okay, well. Colour me shocked and chagrined, boys and girls. There's nothing quite like being fooled. There we are. Last listing post. Well, I mean, they've got another one somewhere. I think it's in the base, maybe. It's in the base. It's not. Okay, fair enough. Either way, it's still plenty of money. Still plenty of money incoming. Venerable Dreadnought being thrown on in. Great Ethereal trying to run away as best he can. Swift and nimble. No one's going to hold him down. There comes that mighty Chaplain. Seeing if he can swipe down the sniper drones. Just going to wait for more lads to come on over. Also seen some Terminators being thrown on in. And Raider Phobos with some powerful las cannons. I'll tell you what, combination Skyrim missile gunship And the sniper drones and all this good stuff holding these guys back. First battlesuit goes down. And while it's a stable defense for the tower, but they now lack the map control quite severely. Vanguard veterans unable to get into close combat here. Might be an idea just to stick them in a drop pod and just smash them down on top of the fire warriors. But I suppose they'll miss out on the glorious charge, which I imagine is what really does it for them. Tower attempting to push out. They've got some artillery support. Fire warriors gone for a couple of pulse rifles. Like 30 blue and 50 green is quite expensive. They do a remarkable amount of damage. I suppose at this stage of the game, may as well get these battlesuits on the go. Jump on in, very brave. Land Raider is dead. They're attempting to focus down these Vanguard veterans. But they just don't seem to have the firepower to cut through the mighty armour of the gladiators and just the general populi of the Lamenters here. Big blue mushroom fans out across the battle space here. Done a couple of guys, but seems to do barely any kind of damage. And you're definitely fake. You're not real. Mako Titan can't hurt you. He's not real, boys. Just ignore the elbows. Don't get elbow envy. Whatever you do, that's the, you know, a lifetime of loyalty spoiled by a moment of envy. Although these Terminators are probably thinking, wow, our arm is really, really good. We get so many shots and barely any damage. Good job to the Tech Priests, Tech Marines who keep our armor oiled up. Got these Sunfire battlesuits over here. And the tower will be pushed over on this side, so they're doing something. I want to keep on keeping on. Go around the flanks. These Space Marines, though, just point blank refuse to do anything else other than not die. Must be very frustrating for Catgirl. Well, the Mako Titan, he's like, right, I've done my duty. Going to bed. Leave me alone. And fair play, you know. We saw quite a funny moment in the Fear and Hunger playthrough of the John Temple adventure, where there was a baddie who turns out like looks really strong, but in the middle of combat he just gets tired and dies. It's like, yep, that makes sense in my books. If I was a baddie in a video game, that would probably be me. Well, Terminator's holding up quite nicely against the firepower, but can't seem to really get close enough to these fiery bits. It's got Stingray gunship, which is just like a regular old Tau gunship, but with 3 blooming real cannony things and an extra shooty bit to boot. That's quite a powerful piece of kit, if you don't mind me saying so, which I'm sure you don't mind. Tauno's setting up over here. It's like, right, okay, well, you can have this side of the map. We'll have this side of the map, and you leave us alone. That's how the Lamenters work. See what you have, and they want it. And just look at the health on these Terminators. One's going down gradually over time, but it takes so long to kill one of them. Sunfire battlesuits flying away as the broadside Shasphere elites nowhere to run, so it's the last stand for them basically. Tower now waxing and waning on their economy. They've regained it back to 250. And now assaults on multiple fronts here. Those Terminators, man. It seems that the frontline infantry for Tigershark here has been replaced by Terminators. Also quite good because they're able to reposition for their teleporting stuffs. Flanking Venerable Dreadnoughts. Oh dear, it's not a way forward for the Sunfire battlesuits. They'll jump away, but Dreadnoughts are in hot pursuit. The long gangly claws going for the old nipple cripple. The old dick twist, as they say. One by one, the Sunfire battlesuits are going down from this plasma cannon. Fire support. Tower over here have been smirked from the battlefield. And the Sunfire Battle Suit is just seeming to take the beatings, I guess. That Predator Executor is not allowing him to get away. He thinks he was safe, then being shot down most unceremoniously. Now the tower back to square one after losing so many units. We're playing more Sunfire Battlesuits, but I don't know if that's going to work. Catgirl seems to be banging her head against the wall. Don't get me wrong, it's holding the line for now, but I mean, what else can she do to break apart the Devastators and the Terminators? I mean, it looks impressive jumping up around over here, but every single time she's done it so far, things die, so she needs to switch up their strategy here. I mean, what can you bring to the Space Marine picnic to get them to pack up and go home? Not this. Although, mind you, in saying that, now that I've said it, they seem to be killing things, so maybe what they needed was just for me to comment on it, and that would retroactively give them the power. Criminal Dreadnought's not giving a hoot or a holler or a ninny about what's going on. They're just walking around, bashing people across the chops. Well, being distracted by the Mako Titan. Still got sniper drones, still got those turrets firing away. One squad Terminators, two squads Terminators even. Have you been upgraded with your rockets? Yes, you have. So why haven't you? Oh, you have assault Terminators, never mind me then. Okay. That makes sense, Mr. Landshark. Can't have missile launchers on your back if you're going to charge into close combat. Blast your own face off. That does mean that now all Terminators, the non-assault variety for Tigershark, will be armed with missile launchers, so vehicles will be a very difficult thing to maintain for Catgirl. So maybe that's why she didn't go for a vehicle-heavy composition, because she knew that the Terminators would eventually get that upgrade. But the tech suit's not doing them all that many favours. And oh no, she's been converted. She's no longer a weeb. She's a normie now. Dear oh dear. Everyone, throw your Catgirl fan art in the bin. She's turned to the dark side, or the normal side really. Quite an emotional scene and situation. She even blows up herself, the bloofer. Just sadness and badness all around. F's in the chat. For all we have loved and lost in the course of this game. But hey ho, such is the way of things. So yes, you know what, I would normally do a bit of a breakdown. I mean, as much as I do, I don't really do major breakdowns, do I? But do a little bit of a talk, but I'm not going to because I think that Space Marine 2 has finished downloading. So I'm going to go and play that game and have a grand old time. So hope you all having a wonderful day, etc, etc, amen, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace.